We're at the 2025 European Championship with the second place finisher Roselle Torkelson. So you played Vanquish Soul, obviously, and please take us through the deck.
Yeah. So starting off with the engine ratios, I do not think I did anything spice with the engine. You gotta play 3 of all of these. You're like, obviously she's broken, and these are your only like real 1-card starters. Even though this deck doesn't have 1-card starters, so you need attributes for the cards to work. Then I played 3 Dowling. I don't know how standard this was. I think the lot list was 2 in 1. I think this is like the main way you start making games unwinnable for your opponent is when you have like this that searches things every turn, because it means that they cannot remove your pieces anymore. And the advantage when this starts going is way too hard to come back from. 2 Heavy Boga, and 1 Caesar. I didn't really like drawing these. You need the 2 Boga. There were multiple games where like I would have liked the 3rd one, but at the same time there were also a lot of games where I bricked on them. So I think you can play either 2 or 3, both are fine. I would never play more than 1 Caesar. I've heard people talk about 2 Caesar, that's crazy, or if it's not that good attribute. That's all for the BS monsters. I would say relatively standard, not that much spice there. For the non-engine, I played 3 Ash. It's a fire, it's one of the best matchups in the game. Pretty self-explanatory. 4 Bestials. Since I only played 2 Border, I wanted more Darks for Holy Soup. And I found that, like, at least in testing, this deck puts so many bodies on board turn 0 that like the pressure you can create when you have like a Bestial on top, or I played these cards as well, and I slide into Phantasma in the Bureau. So you can start building like 4 full boards on your opponent's turn, and it becomes really hard for them to like actually reroll your bodies, and at that point like the Bestials get really strong. Also, I was expecting a lot of Mitsu, and these cards are obviously really good against Mitsu. Overall, I think these 2 overperformed, these 2 were mids. I played the Rescues package. I wanted more fires for Jowling. I think if you want to play 3 Jowling, like Jowling focus deck like I did, you have to play some bad fire. These cards were not good. I think I used the Impulse. I think the time this card was at its best actually was my top 8 back. Like I was in the backup feature. I revealed this from hand like 6 times, so it was carrying for Jowling, and I normal summoned this to force my opponent's Caesar. But yeah, I only resolved it to summon this like twice, and it always just drew like 2 more charms. That's it for like the normal hand traps. I think this deck has room for 6 like non-attribute non-engine, not much more. And I wanted to have 6 counters to Rise Mitsu, so I played 6 of the 9, and I played the 6 that makes sense with my deck. So my deck is basically just Holy Suit Turbo going second, because I have like all the draw cards. And like while these are a little weaker than something like Droll going first, I found that they also covered like Malice better, which I was expecting a lot more Malice than it actually turned out being. I think these were fine, like they were good, I would not have changed it. I did sit a lot of game 1s going first with these in hand, like the 4 game 1s I went first, I think I had a Chami every game if not 2. But it was fine. And also like, this deck is a little bricky, and if I break going first, I would way rather break with the Chami than with any other matchup. And that's all the monsters. For the spells, 3 Stake Your Soul, self-explanatory. Starter, like, going into a board, you would rather have this in actual normal summon. Of course, you'd rather have both. But this is like harder to interact with if it actually resolves, and it gives you like kind of a free body that you wouldn't get from anywhere else. The 1 Rota, the 1 Prosp, you need this, you need to find starters. I played 1 extra. Don't click off the video, I know that's 1 extra, but like the logic is, I don't want to ever brick on multiple pots, because I started out playing 4 pots when I was testing this deck, and I kept drawing pots of the pots, and drawing multiple pots, and Borg drawing into pots, and it was just not good. So I eventually came out to playing 1 of this card, because this deck doesn't care about its extra deck apart from rock. So you can just play a normal extra deck and it's fine. And like when it's 1, it's strong when you see it, but you will never draw multiples, and also it fit very well for side patterns. And then for the final 2 cards, it's the field spell mantra. No second field spell, no continue, no dust devil. I think all those cards are bad. These cards are not that good to draw, and you only really need 1 of them for going second, and you need both. Like obviously you need both for like a lot of matchups and for going first. And yeah, going second, I do usually side out the trap in like a lot of matchups. The only ones I keep it are like Mitsu and the Mirror. Want to do extra side first?
Side.
So, as you can probably tell, since these were not in the main deck, they're here. I basically only brought them in going second against Roselle Mitsu. I do not like these against like pure Mitsu or Mitsu Fiendsmith, because that deck play so much engine that most of the time they'll just start with like ritual from hand, or ritual from deck, or prayers, tribute, and draw phase, and then this card just feels bad. And it also turns off your own Holy Zoo, it conflicts with the Rescues package, it conflicts with Charmies. So I wanted to have it for Roselle with Zoo, and it's a good card going first to lock down games, but I hate it in this deck, it's horrible. Malice counter. This card's the GOAT. It's a dark, it draws you Holy Zoo, it's field presence, it's good in the mirror, it's good against Malice, it does everything. Instead of sliding like silly cards for going first, I slide in the mirror. Because, yeah, like Solemns and shit. These were honestly really nice. If I could go back, I probably would switch out Ball Drake and maybe something else, like 2 of these in the main deck. Nobody respected these this weekend. I was really sad to not have them in the main, whenever my opponent just infinite them for no reason. But I was happy to have them in the side, and they're like going first. If you have a plan that does anything, having a mirror on top is basically guaranteeing it. And then the 3 1-ups should, yeah. I only drew this once. I only bring it in as Malice, and they did win the game where I drew it. I drew this like twice. It was fine both times. In hindsight, I don't think I would have played this. It's not that good into this format. My logic was basically just that it turns off extra Roselle, meaning Roselle Mitsu's deck becomes a lot weaker. And also, like, if you go first, they just can't battle on the trap anymore, so their win condition is just gone. But in hindsight, this should have just been something else. It was just bad, and it didn't really fit the patterns that well. This was, I wanted to have one more card to like fill in for going first, and it was the card that made the most sense to like have my cards resolved. For the extra, 3 rock. I think you should play 3 rock even if you don't play Extravagance. I don't think I ever summoned the 3rd one this event, but it came up in testing. And I think there are a decent amount of games where the 3rd one comes up even if like even just going through 3. The 1 Roxy only did the 1, but he's good. Dark, and then I played Hita. Originally I was playing Baguska and Honor Dark over the 2 cards like this and Goddess, but I wanted to have some way to deal with Lagerdancer. So this is in here, and it's also here for like complex game states when you have a bunch of bodies going into like a Baguska or like a half board. It's because this deck doesn't really do anything with bodies, and you do have a lot of cards that generate 3 bodies. So this was a nice way of turning them into like something really strong. And this card, honestly, apart from losing me the finals, was pretty good. Like I summoned it like 2 or 3 times where it was better before the finals, but I mean, the man's to be cracked, I guess. SP, self-explanatory. Donor is here to up Baguska. Fuck Baguska. And then I played the Nash Knight package. Was originally playing the Honor Dark. Would not have played that. I think this package it's good. You need to have the threat, and it's a good way to clean up boards. But I made this twice, I think. One time was against like Malice, where they had like a board, and I summoned this like half board to make their MTP not work, because they had like 1 link. So if they MTP, I can just eat the link. So it was pretty good then. And then I think I made that once and I got Nibiru'd. But like this is basically the package that you make and it gets Nibiru'd. That's pretty much its main purpose. But if you do pull it off, you probably win the game. And having the threat is good. For the last card, it's Zeus and Typhon. These guys are MVPs. I think I only made Zeus twice. The Typhon I summoned like 8 or 9 times. This card is really good in this deck because you're a deck that play on both turns. So you don't even need to crack the board. As long as you just start building your own field into it, you can make most games winnable, and this card really helps with that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the profile, and congratulations once again at finishing 2nd. What an amazing run.
Thank you.